Can you train your brain to make more money? Mental rehearsal is a psychological technique used by athletes, billionaires, and entrepreneurs to create simulations in their mind of the race they want to win, the business they want to build, or the money they want to make. One major advantage is that it dampens negative emotions that lead to procrastination that sabotages your financial goals. For instance, imagine you have a goal to make $1 million. Mentally rehearsing each step you must take allows you to address the stress that limits your potential. It gives you greater emotional control so you can keep going long after others have given up. In researching my book Unstoppable for Entrepreneur magazine, brain training was a specific area I honed in on. I used mental rehearsal to help take me from broke to 2.3 million in sales. But before I could achieve any of that, I had to stop making 12 specific mistakes that destroyed my focus and productivity. Thankfully, I've got a free quiz for you below to help you identify yours. You'll see why this is crucial shortly. But first, we need to break down the science behind mental rehearsal and the 5 steps you must take to actively train your brain for success, including how to use natural nootropics to amplify its effects. Mentally rehearsing a goal like making more money can be used to acquire the skills you need in order to achieve your financial goals. It enhances your performance, productivity, motivation, and focus. And just like you work out your body in the gym, you must work out your brain. One of the most surprising studies on visualization revealed that visualizing performing exercises in your mind without any exercise showed a 13.5% increase in muscle mass. But it's not just used by athletes. It's also used by nurse educators to enhance the performance of clinical and cognitive skills in life-saving scenarios where it means the difference between life and death. Every day, whether you want to or not, you activate your imagination subconsciously and mentally rehearse how your day will unfold. You anticipate how you'll respond to social gatherings, financial struggles, and business meetings. The question is, do you visualize your day going well, making the money you want to make, or do you rehearse a day filled with distractions, failure, and regret? According to research conducted by the National Science Foundation, around 80% of our thoughts are negative. We must break these mental programs to break through. Thankfully, it's as easy as popping in a pair of headphones. I'll share how shortly. But first, compare these two scenarios. Jason wakes up in the morning. Immediately, his heart sinks when he thinks about what he has to do for the day. He beats himself up for not making enough money, and self-doubt sets in. As a result, he suffers from anxiety, fatigue, depression, procrastination, and burnout. Instead of giving the day his all, his focus is on just getting by. He's unfocused and gives up at the first hurdle. Then there's Kate. She wakes up and mentally rehearses what she has to do for the day and what it will be like to achieve her goals as a result. She's primed her mind for the day ahead to seek solutions. She's boosted her dopamine, which in turn increases her motivation, making her more focused. On days she feels unmotivated, she picks herself back up because she's already anticipated challenges she has to overcome and rehearsed overcoming them. Because it requires her to be clear on her goals, it gives her a boost of systolic blood pressure, a key factor which compels her into action. She's in charge of her emotions, which dictates her earning potential. She's also reduced what is known as cognitive load, and it's this last piece that's the most important. If you want to make more money, you need a strategy. But have you ever become so overwhelmed by options and information to the point you didn't know which step to take first? That's because you've been bombarded with sensory information. Cognitive load relates to the amount of information the working memory can hold at any given time. We need to reduce cognitive load so we can consolidate the information that we have and outline a clear path forward. Taking the free quiz below will help you to identify factors that increase your cognitive load. In the cases of nurses, they use mental rehearsal for the acquisition of surgical skills. They found the team that spent 25 minutes mentally rehearsing these skills perform better than the control group who just watched a training video. The researchers found the mental rehearsal helped to clear psychological stress, increase self-esteem, and improve learning skills by reducing cognitive load. And here's where the real magic of mental rehearsal works to increase your income. The brain hates open loops. The reason you're addicted to shows like Stranger Things is they create new open loops in every episode to keep you watching. These are incomplete storylines that get you hooked. And because your brain seeks completion, you have to keep watching to find out what happens next. Mental rehearsal opens loops in which your brain must fill in the gaps. Say you visualize making $1 million, but you have no idea how. Your brain must now search for answers until it has one. It also activates your reticular activating system. The role of the RAS is to identify information from your environment that it thinks is valuable for you and brings it to your attention, i.e. the winning strategy to make more money. This creates massive amounts of tension from where you are to where you want to be, thereby dramatically increasing your motivation. So how do you mentally rehearse yourself achieving your financial goals? Follow these 4 steps, then I'll reveal to you the most important secret of all at the end. Step 1. Identify bloatware in the background of your brain by taking the free quiz. There are both psychological and biological reasons that hold you back and dull cognitive function and alter your behavior. This makes sure you cover all bases to increase your chances of success. Step 2. Get clear on your goals and start thinking about what your life will be like when you achieve them. I have a specific exercise on how to do this effectively. The next step is unique. I'll take a natural nootropic called L-theanine before I mentally rehearse anything. Research has shown that it increases alpha brainwaves within 30 minutes of consumption. This is an alert yet relaxed state that puts you in the perfect position to prime your mind for success. Step 4, I'll lie down and either pop in my headphones to listen to a specifically designed audio program I've created as part of my program, The Biohacker's Guide to Superhuman Focus, or I'll put on some soft music, then mentally rehearse myself as a passive observer, seeing myself getting up early, hitting the gym, and diving into work, finding answers to problems and overcoming challenges to finally achieving my goals. I'll do this in 1, 2, and 3 month increments. I'll then fast forward, rewind, and rewind at least 5 times back and forth. I call this the FRF method. But here's the real secret. It's the preparation before you do this that matters the most. Getting yourself in the right mental state, optimizing neurochemistry and sleep, getting clear on your goals, addressing social media addiction, and using a daily planner to identify the 16 triggers that slow mental cognition and thinking. That's the piece of the puzzle people miss that matters the most. And here's what I want you to remember. Mental rehearsal is one of the most powerful tools to have in your toolkit to train your brain to make more money. It can instantly boost your confidence, your self-worth, and your income. But first, take the free quiz below to identify the 12 mistakes you're making that's destroying your earning potential.